Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the pre-show, which is not late. Very specifically doesn't have a start time, so it can't ever be late. But it is here, and I'm here, and you're here. Thank you. Thank you to those of you who especially were here for the like button, a couple hundred of you. Let's see if we can get that up there, everybody. But thank you for being here. Today is going to be something. We got some doozies in the pre-show. We got a climate-focused big section of the first hour of the damage report today, because I don't know if you've noticed, but the world is going crazy, mostly as it burns. And Supreme Court's been up to a lot and could be up to even more, so we're going to have that for you as well. And also, QAnon. What are they doing to try to rescue the conspiracy theory? We've got an update on that coming up in the first hour of the damage report. Sorry, I saw a super chat. I don't want to miss it. Rob Shively. Hey, Rob. Hey, Damon. Rob says, yesterday you said chess was board gymnastics and it was just about the nerdiest truth I've ever heard. I adore you, never change. Thank you. That one was a bit of a stretch, but I do think that diving is kind of gymnastics and maybe equestrian. I think that's equine gymnastics. But anyway, I didn't end up tweeting that thing. I'll think about it. It's just people... I believe that it's true, and a lot of people agreed with me about gymnastics being the most impressive athletic thing, but like, people are gonna freak out, and then I had to think about the cost on other people, because Ben Mankiewicz is gonna spend like 15 minutes coming up with the exact right retort. You know how it is. Anyway, welcome everyone. Thank you to those of you in response to what I said already hit the like button. I do appreciate that. Okay, so let's have a little bit of what passes for fun when it comes to politics. I'm going to see if I can make this work right. Kathy, that is very nice of you. Thank you, Kathy McIntyre. Appreciate that. Oh, also, before I jump into it, I don't know if Allegra is here, but Allegra sent me a little like care package, like a DJ lunchbox care package. It was really nice. So we'll if Allegra's here, let me know. If not, I'll make sure to mention on the main show as well, because it was super nice. Okay, so let's start off with something weird. I don't know if this is gonna work audio-wise. Okay, let's see if this will work. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this is regrettably the president's son, and this is what he's doing with his time. And notice the Don Jr. in the corner. That's cool.
I don't think Joe's smart enough to be like, hey, let's send him off the trail. Don't hack the McDonald's on DC. I mean, why doesn't he just give Putin, like, I don't know, the keys to the nuclear football? What's the list? Don't hack 1, Joe's basement. 2, Hunter's businesses. 3, Hunter's laptop. 10% for the big guy. 4, don't hack that. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on there, buddy? First of all, this, and then that. 10% of the thing. What's going on? I don't understand. Now, look, here's the thing. A lot of people naturally speculate based on that he is high AF. And the thing is, I'm cool with that. Like, I think it should be totally legal. Some of the stuff that is legal in some states, some of the stuff that he's more likely to be using that isn't yet legal, I think it should be. He should just sort of be more open about it, I think. Like, I'm actually saying it should be. I don't even use this stuff, but I think it should be legal. It's the hypocrisy that bothers me. And it's entirely possible, by the way, that he's just drunk off his ass. I assume he is most of the time. Like, imagine trying to, like, live that life without alcohol. Oh, God. And all of that's perfectly fine, too. The thing is that he is doing it very publicly. Like, he's releasing these videos. I didn't ask for them. I know that he has fans. It's weird. Can I ask you this? Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Sorry to see it so hot in Pittsburgh. Can I ask you this? At this point, Donald Trump has lost the presidency. Is talking about Don Jr. like talking about Hunter Biden now? I mean, he's obviously, Don Jr. was much more involved in the political campaign of Donald Trump. He's certainly going to be when he runs again. So should we care? I don't know how much I care. I think a lot of people spread this just because, you know, it's funny or whatever. It is sort of sad, though. This guy, like, theoretically is a multi-millionaire and he just gets super high in vlogs. You're free to. You're free to. Yes, we're going to have a little bit on marijuana legalization on the show today, actually. May Money into Billy. Hey, May Money says, what's up, John? The heat wave skipped right over the Bay Area. Been even 70s all week. We usually get hit in late July and on. Earthquakes yesterday, though. Okay, well, that's rough. Good on the heat, though. By the way, May Money, did want to let you know that I started reading the writing that you sent to me. I had a couple early notes. One, it starts off with that sort of very literary, like almost quasi-poetry, like sort of epic poetry. And I thought that had a cool sort of old school feel. A lot of older, like... fantasy novels I used to read would have like a prologue that was sort of written in that kind of elevated mythic literary style. I thought that was interesting. And the beginning, very mysterious. I found that to be intriguing. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, no, I'm done with the Don Jr. He's probably just high or drunk. And there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. You know, like they would attack Hunt. It's the hypocrisy of like attacking Hunter Biden for this stuff when like clearly Don Jr. is just as bad. And by the way, Eric might be, but Eric doesn't force himself into the public eye in the same way. And do you notice that we don't talk about Eric nearly as much? We mock him a little bit, but it's the forcing yourself out there. And when they do what we're doing for people who don't force themselves out there, it like when they tried to attack Chelsea Clinton back in the 90s a ton. Chelsea wasn't fucking like hosting a show on MySpace. I don't know. Just weird. Anyway, did want to let you know that the Gwen Berry thing continues. So we covered some of the initial attacks against Gwen Berry for not, you know, like genuflecting before the flag and whatever. That's still going on. We're entering another day of it. Dan Crenshaw and all his bullshit. We'll see. Meghan McCain was talking about it recently. I might put that on the show tomorrow. It doesn't fit today. But man, they have lost it over this 100% peaceful protest. Just not going to look at the flag. Unfucking acceptable! How could you? But we're triggered. We're the triggered ones. Like they literally were saying that in those videos, saying Gwen Berry was triggered by the flag. Now we give you 6 hours of commentary about how enraged we are over Gwen Berry. Does that seem weird? And now we're going to advocate for her to be canceled. Quaker Lady says, has anyone other than Rudy ever actually seen Hunter's laptop? Well, look, supposedly Tucker Carlson did. Remember, he had that the hidden thing that he was going to show, and then they just stopped talking about it and never brought it up again? We're going to talk a little bit more about Tucker in just a little bit. Regrettably. No problem, May Money. Thank you for sending it. Okay. Yeah, it's just let her, like, she's a fucking athlete. She can do whatever she wants. She doesn't know anybody anything. She really doesn't. By the way, it's too early for, like, full coverage on the show, but supposedly there's some indication that there's this sort of international effort that's being put together to try to pass some sort of guidance, something like that on microplastics to try to get more countries to try to better regulate that. Because obviously microplastics get out there, they pollute the environment, they're devastating to lots of species, it filters up the food chain to humanity and all of that. Early indications seem to be Biden might not be on board with any sort of regulation like that. We'll see. No, wait, why? Why would you say that? Well, because someone is making bank off them microplastics and making things that can break down. They don't specifically go out there and manufacture microplastics, but and more regulations means a little bit less profit for them. So you might have to consume more plastic so they can get ever more wealthy. Isn't that fun? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Currently circulating all over blood. Yeah, that's the issue. Okay. I did want to let you know that how long is this video? An ad? Seriously? Come on. Okay, we might have video of Mitch McConnell if it's not too long. Okay, well, we'll try this. We'll see if it's worth it. We'll see if it's worth it. Educatrix says, yay, catching the show live. Worth staying up all night. Hooray for school holidays. Back in lockdown here in Australia, but I get Pfizer this week. Well, that's good to see. And yeah, I've seen them taking it seriously. Still good numbers in terms of deaths. Wayne says, have we heard anything about that tool Gates lately? Mostly just his interaction with Millie recently. Okay, let's see if this is worth our time.
Vaccinated Americans Take it. Take it.
He's talking about the vaccine
I'm a big
there.
fan of vaccines. As a few of you know, I was a polio victim when I was a kid. It took 70 years to develop a polio vaccine, 2 of them that worked. Our country, as a result of the CARES Act and the $50 billion we put into Operation Warp Speed, developed not 1, not 2, but 3 highly effective vaccines in less than a year. It was a modern medical miracle. That doesn't work if people don't get vaccinated. So for whatever influence I can have over those decisions, I want to encourage everyone to get the vaccine. Thank you.
Oh no, everyone! It's that. Shut up, Ad. It's that time of the year. A terrible person made a perfectly reasonable point. Now, of course, he's beyond just a normal. Wait, the sound is really quiet. That was really quiet. That could not have been that quiet. Hold on a second. Iron Dragon. That's awesome. Glad to see that. Well, okay, I might turn up the volume a little bit next time. So, but no, that's good. Look, what have we done? What have we done this entire time? I've been consistent. If bad Republicans actually encourage people to take the vaccine, which we need them to take, I will be happy about that, and I will give them credit. I'll give them credit, even if it's Mitch McConnell, who is a medium-sized box turtle shell full of feces. That's what he is. But we do need people to take the vaccine. He was asked specifically there, but the fact that it's mostly GOP, male Republicans who don't want to take it. And so here's the thing. Mitch McConnell is a particular sort of Republican. He is a power's the only thing that matters. I'm going to do literally everything my donors want and nothing else kind of Republican. And the thing is, like, having people be vaccinated and have the virus go away is good for his corporate donors. Like, businesses want the economy to work. It's not going to work as long as people are sick. So that's just a sort of very reasonable thing. I don't think he cares that much. I don't think that Mitch McConnell's like tiny little turtle heart is like just aching for all the people who are still suffering. But he also has no interest in people needlessly being sick. And that is the minimum bar. And there's so many people below that bar that they have a vested interest in people being sick and people dying. Just because it's beneficial to their narrative about the election or their narrative about the role of government in, American life. It's necessary to get people to believe that they're the truth teller. You should only watch their thing. Honestly, like I'm feeling inclined. I'm gonna never claim to tell the truth anymore because I've been so burned by people claiming that that's what they do and that's why you should trust them and not all of the shills and stuff like that. The thing is, there are people who tell the truth in media, but unfortunately, most of the people who tell you that they tell the truth are just interested in deceiving you. So you got your Tucker Carlsons and stuff like that using this to generate some sort of narrative about the fact that he's the only one who's cluing you into the accurate information. And this is what stands in for right-wing populism. It's this fake critique of the pharmaceutical companies that never is paired with something like a push for lower prescription drug costs or single-payer healthcare. But anyway, yes, Mitch, good. Sorry you had to deal with polio. Glad you're telling people to get vaccinated, and beyond that, you suck. Medic Duck says, John, did you hear about the off-duty Pawtucket police officer involved shooting? Watching that video, I'd be scared if I was that kid. Are you talking about the kid who was trying to break into his car? Or not break into his car, trying to get into his car? I believe so. Teresa, happy birthday. Okay, looks like it was okay. John, do your Mitch impression, please. I don't have a Mitch impression. What does he say? I'm a big fan of Modern Medical Miracle. No, Francesca's is better. Francesca's is better. Okay, let's see. Only have a couple minutes. Non-human human. It says, I did lend my right-wing neighbor money because her hamster was sick. She gave it back today. Her hamster diva is okay. Now I turn some of the money into a super chat. Is that asset recycling? I'll take it. From your hamster to God's ears. Non-human humanist, thank you for that. It's a nice deed you did for a right-winger, saving an animal, because animals, after all, are innocent. Okay, let's see. Ray Turner says, so a cookie for the McTurtle, John. A tiny little cookie. Yes. Moondragon says the minimum bar. Is that the Bill Barr? Well, we're going to turn to Bill Barr in actually just 1 second. Big T the Pyro guy says, the sad thing about McConnell saying to take the vax will have no traction. Most Republicans hate him for spitting out Trump's boots. Oh, you're totally right. He said whatever influence I have, I understand that I don't have much. No, he doesn't have influence. That's sad. That said, I'm still gonna give encouragement. John, you do the best MTG. Thank you, Buford. I appreciate it. If I could have done any impersonation well, it probably wouldn't have been that one, but thank you. You know what? Tucker Carlson, the essay, there's no time. We only have a couple minutes. Maybe tomorrow on the show. We'll see what happens. And all the QAnon bullshit about Tucker's apparently been claiming, like, for... I don't even want to get into it, since last year that he's being hacked. Anyway, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. Anyway, okay, so here's the thing. Donald Trump, he's got a big problem with McConnell. Not for encouraging the vaccines. Donald Trump, I've given credit for actually encouraging the vaccines. Subliminal Sapper, I don't color that generally. Anyway, okay, let's I will catch up in just a little bit. Hey Kaylee, how's it going? Majority Report is down. Unfortunately, it totally wasn't me hacking their systems or anything. All of my hacking is going directly into reading Tucker Carlson's emails. But thank you for being here. I'm glad that you could make it. Hopefully they'll get back up and running soon. Okay, so what's this feud about? Well, the feud is about, like, again, it's not, he is going to pitch it as this is about a betrayal. Donald Trump is responding to the betrayal of 2 of his closest allies or whatever, but that's not what this is about. What this is about is Donald Trump is attacking them as an excuse for his failures. And I tweeted about this yesterday. How do you get people to continue to think that you're the best, most awesome, effective politician ever when you lost the White House, lost the Senate, lost the House? Well, you convince them that it must have been someone else. And he is trying to do that with everyone possible. So he said of Mitch McConnell, had Mitch McConnell fought for the presidency like he should have, there would be, right now, presidential vetoes on all the phased legislation that he has proven to be incapable of stopping. First of all, McConnell is stopping tons of legislation. So I don't understand that, whatever. But he never fought for the White House and blew it for the country. Too bad I backed him in Kentucky. He would have been primaried and lost. So again, he has total control over all of this. If he hadn't gone for McConnell, McConnell would have definitely lost because Donald Trump decides who wins and loses, except, you know, in Georgia and the House and his own election. But no, it's about McConnell. And he said there, had he fought for the presidency, there would now be presidential vetoes, which means there would be President Trump, which means McConnell made it so that Trump wouldn't win because McConnell didn't do... I don't know. I don't know. Donald Trump doesn't know. None of the idiots reading that statement know. But some of them will just take it as word. Oh, there must have been something. There must have been something that he could have done, and he didn't do that something, thus, it's on him. Or Mike Pence. Or Raffensperger. Or whoever the fuck you want. I don't know. Not me. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I don't know. Maybe it was Barr. You know what? It wasn't McConnell. It was actually Barr. So, Barr, the upcoming betrayal book has Barr saying, like, he didn't find any voter fraud and he wasn't going to investigate it. If there was any evidence of fraud, I had no motive to suppress it, but my suspicion all along was there was nothing there. It was all bullshit. Okay, so Trump is now responding to that. Bill Barr was a disappointment in every sense of the word. Besides which, Barr, who was Attorney General, lawyer, shouldn't be speaking about the president instead of doing his job. He did the opposite and told people within the Justice Department not to investigate the election, just like he did with the Mueller report and the corrupt crooked Hillary and Russia. They don't want to investigate the real facts. Bill Barr's weakness helped facilitate the cover-up of the crime of the century, the rigged 2020 presidential election. So there. No, it's actually Barr. Barr could have investigated it, and he would have found something that none of the states have found. Michigan didn't find it. Arizona's not finding it. And that they couldn't prove in any of their 6 court cases. Barr would have found something. So it was definitely him. Unless McConnell pissed me off recently, then it was McConnell. Or Pence. It was one of them. We can agree on one thing, though. It wasn't this guy. This guy is an alpha politician. And it works. That's the thing. That ridiculous joke that I just described to you works on millions and millions of Americans. And maybe tomorrow on the show, we'll play some of they had footage of Trump supporters at his rally. We didn't play any video of the rally, but maybe we'll play some of the Trump supporters tomorrow. 100% convinced. They're totally right. They think it was stolen. None of it was his fault. Nothing is on him. Doesn't matter that the Republicans control the states that were necessary for him to win or whatever. Somehow the Democrats stole it anyway because something to do with an Italian satellite or something. I don't know. And neither does he. And neither do you. But whatever. It's enough. Anyway, Medic Duck says, 18-year-old boy pulls into a pizza shop to pick up a pizza. Off-duty officer whips in behind, jumps out, and approaches him. He backs away and the off-duty officer shot into his windshield. Jeez. Okay, so that wasn't the one I was thinking of, Medic Duck, but thank you. I will look into that. It's not going to make it on the rundown for today, but thank you. Darth Neo says, enjoy your channel. Keep up the awesomeness. Thank you, Darth Neo. I appreciate that. Okay, everyone, we are rapidly running out of time. Emily Smith, welcome to Tier 1 YouTube membership. Enjoy those the many fun emojis we have. Morris Smith, that's very nice of you. Appreciate that. I like your icon. Sean Reynolds says, cheers for keeping me sane as a European through all this lockdown. American portrayal is still that of Trump people. You show that America is just half stupid like the rest of the world. Thank you. I, too, am half stupid. Okay. There's no more time. Okay, so Charles Coleman Jr. is going to join me. We're going to have an awesome show. Hope to see you either here, Twitch, all that stuff. I'll see you soon.